Who knew there could be so much significance to a haircut? But what a wonderful film about friendship and loyalty and bravery and um, conformity and pushing against conformity. I loved all of it. And I so related to the main character. I was always the new kid in school and having to adapt to different rules. Granted, my schooling was never quite that strict in terms of um, boys and girls hairstyles, but having her friend really right from the beginning take her under her wing and take care of her was really, really special. And we see this beautiful bond that they formed. The performances were fantastic. And that wonderful moment at the end where all of the students band together, where none of them had really been brave enough to say anything aloud. And we can see, this teacher is outnumbered. And um, it was just a beautiful moment of solidarity for their classmate and for themselves, and seeing all of the girl, or so many of the girls were wearing wigs the entire time, just goes to show you, like, things aren't always as they seem. And yeah, it was so wonderful.
Very beautiful and evocative film that was based around social identity, social pressures, and sort of the oppression coming from systemic forces in terms of who you are allowed to be, how you're allowed to express yourself, and how you're allowed to move through the world. I thought the school construct within this setting was really interesting because it showed sort of young people trying to express themselves in a world in which they were controlled with how they dressed, how they looked, how they moved, and I thought that it was a very interesting metaphor symbolically in terms of how the young woman, as well as other side characters, sort of approached the issue of having to cut your own hair and sort of hiding that fact and pretending to be someone that you're not, and having your hair be representative of that. I thought it was a very interesting, rounded approach that really created a natural aesthetic and natural rhythm that made the film feel very authentic and real. And I thought there was a very strong cinematic approach in terms of rhythm and pacing and creating a sense of mood and a sense of style that really came through and allowed the overall themes of the piece to really shine and come through to match with the performances of the lead actresses on screen. So I really did enjoy the piece. Thought it was very well done and highly detailed, and I ended up realizing that there was a level of layer and depth that goes through the symbolism of the hair that really permeates throughout the entire piece, which makes it so emotionally striking.
This is an amazing story of camaraderie, sisterhood, happiness, and finding your way in between oppression. They showcase a pacific demonstration against unreasonable ancient rules with no scientific or logical explanation. This is a great exercise as they give us an example of a way to fight against dictators' authority. Understanding that from this young age is crucial. Also note the role of boys in the protest, acting as allies, which is, again, this is a magnificent exercise of how society works and how the masses always have the power to change things.
This is very powerful, and I really loved the performances by everyone in this. I thought it was very strongly acted, and really great plot. A really sad statement on this political statement of the control of these women to the point where they're forced to go get their hair cut because of what these men think that long hair means, or because of what, their vision or how they view it as something that is so just one track minded, and don't really care about, how these women and girls are feeling. I really liked it a lot. Again, I thought the performances were really good. Thought it was a really cool story, and these girls bonding together. and standing up for themselves. And I just thought it was really good all the way around. I thought the editing and the camera work and the cinematography and just all of it came together really well into a really great story and statement.
Really beautiful story about friendship and standing up for yourself. I think it tells a story in a really cool way, using the external world and moments to express the internal world, and it's very satisfying to see the characters grow through the course of the story events.
I think the lead did a really good job and has a really good message. Showing like control versus revolution, I guess. And I think it's made very well and very interesting.